Earth spins on its axis, a constant, almost imperceptible motion that governs our lives. It's a fundamental rhythm, a cosmic dance that dictates the very fabric of our existence, setting the tempo for every sunrise and sunset, painting the sky with vibrant colors as day transitions into night, and night gives way to dawn. These daily cycles are so ingrained in our routines that we rarely stop to consider the force that drives them. This rotation is the heartbeat of our world, a steady pulse that keeps everything in motion, from the smallest insect to the largest ocean. Quietly shaping days, the hours we spend working, playing, and resting, all dictated by the sun's journey across the sky. Nights, the time for slumber, for dreams, and for the celestial display of stars that have guided humanity for millennia. Tides and weather, the ebb and flow of the oceans, the gentle breeze and the raging storms, all influenced by the Earth's constant spin. Flowers bloom with the morning, unfurling their petals to greet the sun, a delicate dance of life synchronized with the planet's rhythm. Nocturnal creatures emerge at dusk, their senses heightened, ready to navigate the darkness as the world around them sleeps. And migratory birds navigate by the sun and stars, undertaking incredible journeys guided by the Earth's predictable movements. Across the globe, from bustling metropolises to remote wilderness areas, from London's morning rush, the hurried footsteps and the rumble of buses, to Tokyo's neon-lit evenings, a vibrant tapestry of light and sound, life unfolds in sync with this rhythm, a symphony of activity orchestrated by the Earth's rotation. High above, where the atmosphere thins and the stars shine with unwavering brilliance, Earth turns steadily, a majestic sphere suspended in the vastness of space. A blue marble in space, a fragile oasis teeming with life, carrying us all at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, a speed we can't perceive but that defines our existence. We feel still, grounded and secure in our daily lives. But everything, air, oceans, buildings, moves with us, a silent, constant companion, creating the illusion of stability, a comforting sense of permanence in a universe of constant change. This shared momentum, this invisible force that binds us all, is why life flourishes in all its incredible diversity and complexity. Unaware of our true speed, blissfully ignorant of the cosmic ballet in which we are all participants, we are passengers on a cosmic journey, hurtling through space on a giant sphere. Born into motion as natural as breathing, as fundamental as the beating of our hearts. But what if the unthinkable happened? In a single terrifying instant, a moment that defies comprehension, that journey came to an abrupt and complete halt? What would be the consequences of such a cataclysmic event? What if the world's familiar rhythm stopped forever? What if the music of the spheres fell silent? The consequences would be immediate and unimaginable, a cascade of events that would reshape our world in an instant. The illusion of stillness would shatter, revealing the raw power of the forces that govern our planet. And the true power of our planet's momentum would be unleashed, a force of nature beyond human comprehension. Everything not anchored to bedrock, every object, every structure, every living thing, would keep moving at 1,000 miles per hour, a terrifying testament to the inertia of a spinning world. The world would become a blur of motion, a chaotic whirlwind of destruction, a horizontal avalanche of everything we've ever known, a wave of devastation sweeping across the globe. The spinning would stop, the familiar rotation that has shaped our world for billions of years. But the consequences would only just begin, a new chapter of unimaginable challenges and transformations. The familiar cadence of life would be broken, shattered into a million pieces, leaving behind a world unrecognizable. And nothing would ever be the same, the world forever altered by the sudden cessation of its ancient rhythm. Imagine it, 1 second the world spins as always, a familiar rhythm we've known since birth. The sun rises and sets, the stars wheel overhead, and we go about our lives, oblivious to the incredible forces that keep us grounded and in motion. The next it stops, abruptly, violently, without warning. No warning, no sound precedes this unimaginable event. Just an eerie, unsettling stillness descends. The birds stop singing, the wind dies down, and an unnatural quiet blankets the world. The ground beneath us lurches to a dead stop, a jolt that throws us off balance, a sickening lurch that defies all comprehension. The very foundation of our world betrays us. The law of inertia takes over. While Earth halts, its atmosphere, oceans, and everything on the surface keep moving eastward at over 1,000 miles per hour. A planetary tsunami of air and water, unleashed with unimaginable force. People, animals, buildings, everything is flung forward with supersonic force. a shockwave of destruction rippling across the globe. It's not an earthquake or a hurricane, though it dwarfs them both in scale and intensity. It's a cataclysm with no precedent, an event so far outside our experience that we lack the language to even describe it. The world is torn apart in a fraction of a second, rent asunder by forces beyond human comprehension. One moment, you're standing still, secure in your place in the world. The next, you're a projectile, hurtling through the air at impossible speeds. The forces are so immense that nothing survives intact. No structure, no life form can withstand the sheer power unleashed. Cities are scoured from the surface, reduced to rubble and dust in the blink of an eye. Forests shredded, ancient trees uprooted and scattered like matchsticks. Mountains battered, their peaks crumbling under the relentless assault. The sound is a deafening, grinding roar, a cacophony of destruction that overwhelms the senses. As trillions of tons of rock, water, and air are dragged across the planet, a wave of debris reshaping the very face of the Earth. The Great Stillness is the most violent moment since Earth's formation, a return to the primordial chaos from which our world was born. The spinning has stopped, but the devastation is just beginning. The initial shock is over, but the long-term consequences are only now starting to unfold. The familiar landscapes, the bustling cities, all gone in an instant, replaced by a desolate wasteland. The planet is subjected to a global cataclysm that erases the slate clean, wiping away the marks of civilization and leaving behind a blank canvas. The world we knew ceases to exist, a memory fading into the void. The consequences of that motion are only just beginning, a cascade of aftershocks and unforeseen events that will reshape the planet for millennia to come. The illusion of stillness is gone, forever. The comforting predictability of our world shattered beyond repair. And the true power of our planet's momentum is unleashed, a force of nature that dwarfs anything we could have imagined. The first consequence is wind. Unlike any wind we've ever known, the atmosphere, still moving at over 1,600 kilometers per hour, becomes a supersonic blast. This global wind scours the surface, lifting soil, sand, and rock into a colossal sandstorm. Mountains are ground down, forests pulverized, cities erased. The friction heats the air, flash cooking the surface. For years, hurricane-force winds persist, reshaping the planet's geology. The air thickens with pulverized rock, blocking out the sun in a perpetual dusty twilight. Eventually, the wind slows, but the damage is done. The gentle breezes we once knew are gone, replaced by a force of pure destruction. Earth becomes a barren, wind-swept wasteland. As the winds scour the land, the oceans unleash their own catastrophe. The water, still in motion, surges eastward, creating a tsunami of global proportions. This isn't a single wave, but the entire ocean sloshing across continents, submerging everything. Even Mount Everest is briefly engulfed. The wave carries debris, cities, forests, mountains erasing what the wind left behind. Oceans slosh back and forth, reshaping continents in hours. Eventually, water settles, but not in familiar basins. Without Earth's spin, gravity pulls oceans toward the poles, creating new polar seas and a dry equator. The world map is rewritten, forever changed. The age of the Great Global Flood gives way to a strange new equilibrium. Earth's spin, a fundamental force we often take for granted, once created a bulge at the equator. This seemingly small distortion has profound consequences. It has played a crucial role in shaping our oceans, influencing the flow of currents, and defining the very contours of our continents. The distribution of land and water is inextricably linked to this equatorial bulge. But what if the Earth stopped spinning? Without rotation, the relentless pull of gravity takes over, becoming the dominant force shaping our planet. The centrifugal force that counteracted gravity at the equator vanishes, and the planet slowly, inexorably, begins to morph into a perfect sphere, a smooth, featureless ball in the vastness of space. The crust, no longer under the same stresses, cracks and shifts violently. This unleashes a cataclysm of geological activity, triggering earthquakes and volcanic eruptions on a scale never before seen in human history, or perhaps even in Earth's history. The equatorial bulge, once a defining feature, subsides dramatically. And as the bulge diminishes, water, responding to the altered gravitational field, flows inexorably towards the poles. This creates two immense deep polar oceans, swallowing vast swaths of land. In the place of lush equatorial regions, a vast barren supercontinent emerges, baking under the relentless sun. Familiar continents, once separated by oceans, merge and vanish beneath the shifting tectonic plates. The world we know is gone, replaced by a stark alien landscape, unrecognizable and unforgiving. The Mediterranean, the Caribbean, once vibrant seas teeming with life, and the Indian Ocean, a cradle of civilization, become empty, dried-out basins, monuments to a lost world. The United States, Europe, and Africa, their coastlines erased, become part of a colossal, arid land bridge stretching across the equator. Canada, Siberia, and Antarctica, once frozen landscapes, sink beneath the rising waters of the new polar seas, lost to the depths. The world's geography, a tapestry woven over eons, shaped over millions of years by the slow, relentless forces of nature, is abruptly erased and violently redrawn in a cataclysmic transformation. The planet, scarred and reshaped, settles into a new, unrecognizable form, a testament to the power of lost rotation. The familiar world is gone, replaced by a stranger, shaped by a silent stillness. On a stationary Earth, the day-night cycle vanishes. One side faces the sun for 6 months, scorched by relentless heat. Temperatures soar above boiling, water evaporates, and the atmosphere cooks away. The other side endures 6 months of darkness, plunging into a deep freeze. Gases freeze and snow down, coating the land in exotic ice. The transition between extremes is slow and violent. The Terminator Zone, where day meets night, becomes a region of perpetual sunrise or sunset. Weather is chaotic, driven by colossal temperature differences. The familiar comfort of day and night is replaced by a brutal year-long swing between fire and ice. Life as we know it cannot survive. The only possible refuge is the Twilight Zone, a narrow band between the scorched and frozen hemispheres. Here the sun hovers on the horizon, and temperatures might allow liquid water. But this zone is battered by planet-circling storms and perpetual hurricanes. Rain, if it forms, is torrential and constant. Any life would need to be incredibly resilient, low-lying, and migratory. The Twilight Zone is a world of violent weather and desperate survival. Even here, hope is fragile. Without Earth's spin, the magnetic field collapses, exposing the planet to deadly cosmic radiation. The last sanctuary is sterilized, and life's final foothold is lost. The planet becomes barren, everywhere. The immediate aftermath is violent, but true silence comes later. Winds die down, oceans settle, and the planet becomes a world of two faces, one baked, one frozen. The vibrant sounds of life vanish forever. Only a few microbes deep underground might survive, oblivious to the apocalypse above. On the surface, all complex life is erased. The magnetic field is gone, and the atmosphere slowly strips away. Water is locked as vapor or ice, and the planet becomes a lifeless rock. Earth, once blue and green, turns brown and white, a tombstone for lost life. The story of evolution ends, and the silence is a poignant testament to what was lost, all sustained by the simple, vital spin of the Earth. The rotation of our planet is the engine of its vitality. We take for granted the rising sun, steady climate, and solid ground. This thought experiment reminds us of our cosmic fortune. Every aspect of life is tuned to Earth's spin, from day and night to the shape of continents. To stop the spin is to unravel the tapestry of life. The stability we cherish is a gift of relentless motion. The magnetic field, moderate temperatures, and flowing water all depend on it. Life co-evolved with this rhythm shaped by a world in motion. The spinning Earth is the silent music to which all life dances. In its continuation lies the promise of our future.